Hey guys, it's Alex from Alex's Creative Corner here. I am going to be, this is part 2 out of 3 on miniature Rainbow Loom Luna from Wings of Fire with Rainbow Loom rubber bands. In the first part, you should have made the head, the back legs, the front legs, and the wing butts. In this part, we're going to be making the body. So I'll tell you what to do. So you need your loom to be in this rectangular configuration. And what we're going to do first is double looping neon green bands. Here, double loop one there, and then go down twice here with double looped neon orange, and then here, or not orange, neon green, and then here, a double loop, and then double loop diagonally. And now it's 2 at a time the rest of the way. 2 neon green there, and then diagonally inwards from both sides. And then you go all the way down, both sides, 2 at a time, neon green. Then the middle, all the way down, but with 2 yellows at a time. And then what you can use whichever green or yellow, but I just used these solar Uranus bands. They're like some solar green. I use those for double looping, so I just double looped a band across those 2 and then those 3 all the way down as holding bands. So now we're going to start to attach stuff. We're going to start out with the head. So just follow what I do. So get your head, and get my hook, go through the set on the far left. Get all 4 loops onto your hook, take off the tying band, and put that set onto this peg. Now get the middle set. It should be 4 yellow loops, or whatever color you're using if you're not using these ones. Put onto that peg. And then the set on the far right. I guess just the far side. Now that we have all those on, lift up the top 2 bands from each peg that we have just attached. But only the top 2 from each place. Now I'm going to double loop a solar green band. Okay, I did that wrong. Put it onto there. Now replace each set of 2 loops to the peg that you got them from. So now, before we start to loom again, you need to know that you need to make 24 spikes. I showed you how to make spikes in the last video, but I'm going to show you again. So you would be using these Solar Titan yellow bands if you're following my colors. So what you do, you take one, I'm going to zoom in. Get 2 pegs or 2 whatever. Get a band, twist it onto that peg, twist it again, and wrap it around the 2 pegs. Sorry if you can't see it well because the band is a light color. And then you lift up the bottom 2 from there and the bottom 2 from there. You can take this off and that's a spike. Just get both loops on your hook and there it is. So you want to make 24 of those. The reason I made this one green is because I ran out of yellow, but if you all have enough, then use them. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to get the spikes part over with. So pause the video, make all your spikes. So I got my spikes right here. And I'm just going to start looming down the middle row and attaching spikes. So dig down, grab the bottom 2 bands, loom up, slide on the spike, and loom over. And do not loom the holding bands, only the bottom 2 here. And then you're going to stop at this one where the yellow ends. You're going to stop right there where it like splits, so stop there. Now get your front legs, match them to the side that they go on, so the one that looks like this, make sure the thumb is on the facing down and that the spots are facing up. So that one go there, and that one go there, like that. So I'm going to go into the first one, grab the first loops, go through all 4 loops of the first set, take off the tying band, and now I'm going to just grab these 4 loops, and then over here where we attach the head, lift up these top 2 loops, lift up the top 2, and then I'm going to replace these 4 leg loops, like that, and then I can replace the 2 loops from the hook. Sorry if that was a bit complicated. Now I'm going to go into the next set, take off the tying band, okay, same thing on the other side, lift up these top 2 loops, take off this tying band, the first one, now these 4 loops, put it onto that peg. Make sure you don't miss any loops. Got all of them on there. Replace these 2 loops from the hook. Now go into the second set. Grab all 4 loops, take off the tying band, and put it down there. Now we're going to attach the back legs before we start looming. We're going to put those on the 5th set. So, getting your back legs, match them to their side. Should look like that. I'm going to start with this one, go into the first set with your hook, take off the tying band, and attach this first set on the 5th peg. Now go into the second set, grab all 4 loops, and put this on the 6th set. And then same thing on the other side, so going into this first set, onto that peg. Same thing here. Putting it onto the 6th set. There. Now, what I am going to do is, while we're looming, we're going to attach the little wing buds. So to match them to their side, doesn't really matter, they're both exactly the same. So, the big one, make sure that's, when you are looming it, make sure the big one is facing away from the head and down. So I'm going through these sets, so my hook is facing the direction of the big one. So that's the big one. Taking off the tying band. And then, so we're going to go in here, dig down, grab the bottom 2 bands. Be careful with this because there's a lot of tension. So loom it up out of there and then slide it through here and loom over. So see, now the big one's right there and the little one's right there. We're going to do that again. So big one away from head and down. Go in here, the set, take off the tying band. Now dig down bottom two bands. Oop, be very careful with that. Got it. And, oh, one sec. And now slide those loops through the loom by loops and then loom over. Good, like that. You've got those attached. So now we're just going to loom down. And we're going to stop here where it meets with the diagonal bands. We're going to keep looming on the other side. Once you get there on this side, go down into the, oh god, I don't know what I did, sorry. Go down into the yellow, grab the top two bands, and loom them to where they go, and then the next two, where they go. Oh, shoot. Actually put those back. Not anything big, but just put those back, because we've got to attach these spikes. We've got to continue attaching them. So we're just going to place a spike onto this last yellow peg, turn it around so the tip is facing the head, and then dig down, and then loom the top two again, the top two neon green. Same thing there. And then you can lift it off the peg and it'll be attached to them too. So now the way that we're going to do this is, so you've got your spikes, go into a peg, loom up the bottom two bands, and then go over to this peg across from it, loom up the bottom two bands, and then slide on a spike onto both of those. Now you've got the 4 loops on your hook again. Put the bottom two onto this peg. The peg that they're supposed to go to, and then the top two to the peg that they're supposed to go to. You can adjust the spike, but now it's on both of them. We're going to do that again here. Careful, because they're double loop, so loom those, go over here, loom those, slide on a spike, bottom two, go over here, top two over there. That part's a little bit hard. Spikes again. So loom up, go over here, loom up, slide on the spike. Now, bottom two go there, top two go there. Did the video stop? I hope not. Okay, good. Now I'm going to tie off each end. Tie off both ends with 2 randomly colored bands, doesn't matter what color. Now I'm going to gently take this off of the loom. Okay, you can start to see the body shape. Now be very careful once we get to the double loops. They snap very easily. Good. You can do some adjusting, but I'm gonna do more of that afterwards. But here's what it should generally look like. Now, what we are gonna do, I don't know how these all got there, but so same configuration, so rectangular, and then with the neon green, double loop it and go all the way down this side row. Once you've done that, on the third to top peg, double loop one diagonal and then one down. Once you've done that, double loop a holding band with the Uranus green solar from there to there, and then we're going to take our dragon, make sure that it's right side up, attach this set, take off the tying band, attach it onto this peg, and then the other set onto this peg. Lift up the top two bands from each set, and then double loop a solar green band. From that peg to that peg. Now you can replace the two bands. Okay. Now, we're going to just keep going like we did, attaching the spikes. So, dig down, loom up those two, go over here, loom up those two, slide on the spike, bottom two go here, top two go here. This next one will be a little bit easier, and then the rest will be easy. So, I'll just go here first. Loom up these two. Loom up these two, slide on a spike to both those loops, and you can just put them both down onto that peg. Now, what we're going to do, we just slide on a spike as we're looming all the way down. So, go in here, loom up, slide on a spike, loom up, slide on a spike, and continue. This video is not very long because we didn't have to attach any wings. It was just those little buds on one set. We got a couple left. Where did I put my last spike? I'm gonna just make another really quickly because I didn't, kind of lost it. Okay, once you've loomed to the end, tie that off with a neon green. Tie it off, and now carefully take this off from the loom, they're all double looped this time. So here it is. It may look a little bit weird right now because obviously it needs adjusting. Like, you'll go into some sets and tug upwards, like if they're loose on the top. And just however you want it to look, you'll adjust it that way. And just always remember to be careful with the double looped part of it. Yeah, so I'm going to show you how to hide the little loose band on the end, and then that's the end of this video. So I'm going to adjust more off camera, of course, not anything special. So you've got this loose end. To hide it, you go into the first set, grab the loose band, and pull it through. Now turn it around, go in through the other side, grab the loose band, pull it through. We're going to keep doing this until it starts to disappear. Or almost. So here there's a tiny bit left. I'm going to do once more. So there's a little bit left, and I'm going to wrap that little bit around the tip of the tail. And then it'll kind of hide between the spikes. It's just, I don't like to pull it until it like kind of disappears, because there's a chance that it might come out. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Next part, part 3 out of 3, I'll show you how to make the belly, and then it'll be done. But in between this and part 3, what you need to do is wire it up. So I would use 20 gauge wire. That's what I used on blue, since these are very small. You want to wire it from head to tail, and then from the front set of legs and the back set. If you don't know how to wire, I have a video on how to do that. And like, if you're a kid, just remember, be careful, like with the tools, like wire cutters, and the wire can poke you, whatever. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe, that stuff. Goodbye. See you in part 3.